The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red moustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods towards a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker. But see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Sparfell nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Where'd I find these berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one. Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear. Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much. Not if you hurry about your business, and not if the weather holds up.
There is concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate.
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a Beowick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to. They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that. Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travellers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armour-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha! He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beowick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you
Indeed.
keel over.
Alright, so this is the game. Let's see. Where shall I, put myself? Park the face up there for the time being. Welcome to Pillars of Eternity, and this is your first visit to the world of Yora. You may want to watch these windows to become familiar with the tools and interfaces available to you. It's not the first time, but I'll take any help I can get.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
You see a man wearing a simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear at the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with an uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Sure, let's have a look. Stores allow you to trade and sell your items for copper pieces, or items in the store's inventory. Merchants buy items from you at greatly reduced price. If you sell something, you may see it appear in the store's inventory with a much higher cost. Stores periodically refresh their inventories. Alright, so I am not a warrior. I'm going to guess that most of this stuff is for warriors. Can I even wear armor? I don't remember. Well, I'm apparently wearing a heavy armor right now. Recovery speed, minus 50%. Does that mean you act less often? I believe so. So let's switch armors. So that damage reduction, the DR10, means that it stops 10 points of damage every time you're hit, while this one only stops 7. But I'm a mage, so I'm not expecting to need much. Gorn's Pledge. Grants Gorn's Pledge twice per rest. This item grants the ability to shield the wearer from the myriad perils that plague the world of Eora. An aspect of the god Eothas, Gorn represents the harvest of an old age, symbolized here by the many interlocking sickles that form the ring. As Gorn helps protect the dignity of old age, so too do his followers pledge to prevent young lives from being harvested before their time. I'll take it. And Cloak of the Obsidian Order. The Obsidian Order is shrouded in mystery, with even the hand occult having few clues about their origins. Some scholars have speculated that the Order's members are a diverse group from all over Eora, brought together by their love of exploration, fierce battle, and wondrous stories. The game, of course, being made by Obsidian. You're using a battle axe and a torch.
What you need?
Something else you need?
Just want to see what armor he has. Recovery speed minus 20, 30, 25, 50. So if I had like padded armor, I'd have lower recovery speed. I'm pretty sure recovery speed is the speed that you hit stuff. Exploration is key in Pillars of Eternity. As you make your way through the Eastern Reach, open the area map to see what parts of the map you've already been to and what's left to explore. Who's this joker?
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
The path winds towards a narrow canyon, back the way you came. Grooves in the
Shouldn't
road,
stray
not
too far.
passage.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Oh, bad guy. Young Wolf. You go attack Young Wolf, and I should probably check what magic I have. So, first level spells, and Arcane Assault. 2 per encounter. Unleashes a bolt of magical energy from the grimoire that inflicts raw damage and dazes targets in the area. Or I could use one of my first level spells, but I only get a number of those per rest, so I need to be a little bit careful with those. So I think we're just going to move in a bit closer. We're going to send you to attack. Go. Right, now that we've got you in the fight, I don't think that this can hit friendly targets, so we're just going fast. Oh, apparently ones can shoot. So yeah, this is the refresh thing. So if I wasn't wearing armor, I would get more attacks.
Of course.
This is it.
Well, Demas says you've had some interesting travels. And she's saying this because I am the explorer background. It's kind of cool. In the watery parts of the world, I was a mariner. I lived out on the frontier for a time. Interesting might not be the word. I sailed with cold-blooded conquerors. I lived on the frontier for a time. Yeah? How's it you happened to come here? It was too quiet a life. I was looking for something more. Had of the lifestyle, I suppose. You had to expect it was a possibility, no matter how much you didn't want it to be that way. Kalisha breathes in her surroundings. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Raedric's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You here to settle, like the rest of the lot? I hadn't given it much thought. No harm in that. Might as well see the place first. So you must have some other plan in mind for coming this way. Just looking for some adventure, really. You should hook up with an expedition. Some of the bigger towns in regular groups out to unexplored places, as long as you don't mind a little danger. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Edema will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? Kalisha sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's what got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages, been doing guide work in Ixam but I'd do anything for her. She's a better woman than me. So I'm here, and we'll see. Edema I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive her route this way, but he's doing it for me. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Deerwood, but my parents ended up in the living lands. I've got a brother in Rauatai and another in Edda. My sister in Gilded Vale, she is the only real homebody. What can you tell me? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Edda Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, and I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now, but somehow it's getting worse. I'll have to ask my sister more about it. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfell's going to get you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like when he feels like it. We should check up on him first. Slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get you water. No. Where was that? Shh. Wolf-hide. I'll take it. Alright, so Alt is stealth mode. Tab is highlight stuff that's not bodies, because apparently bodies highlight themselves. Which means I'm going to miss a lot of bodies. I basically play with just tab permanently on. Alright, so this is the stream that Sparfell was supposed to be finding. We had to go up here, didn't we? Find him. He was below this tree. He has now gone. A deer. Let's trace the deer. Oh, dead bodies. Travellers maybe, or looters. Bad sign if you figure it. The corpse is cold to the touch and a ripe smell wafts from the putrid waves. A dark crusted bloodstain besmirches its simple linen clothing. Oh, we can loot one of them though. That was the thing I wanted to check. Ah. Leather armour, DR30. We'll take it. I do like the fact that because I have a cloak, I now have an actual cloak. I like games that have cloaks. Cloaks are awesome.
Stay quiet.
Oops. Let's go and cross the bridge. See what we find on this side.
Went hunting. At least you left the water skins. Come on.
You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kalisha waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look sharply towards the tree line. You've gained an item, full water skin. Out of the trees emerges Sparfell, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness to his gait. His stride wobbly as he moves towards you with a laboured breath.
Sparfell? Are you alright?
Sparfle's toe catches on a rock and he collapses forward in a heap, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag.
Ambush!
Right, so I'm going to pull back. I'm going to leave you about... Oh, bastard. I'm going to make you pay for that. I'll hit you with the magic missile thing. Ooh, I hit hard! Lovely. Sometimes a weapon or spell simply isn't well suited to penetrating an enemy's damage reduction. When the attack hits, the DR will wipe out all but a small percentage of the incoming damage. You'll hear your characters complain about it when it happens. Take heed. Note the damage type that's being blocked and switch to a weapon or spell that does a different type. She hits way faster than I do. Is that a dexterity thing? Can I see your dexterity? Yes. Your dexterity is only 10. Mine's actually faster. I think I might actually want to pump up my dex in the future. I mean, my magic hits freaking hard. I'd like to be able to do more of it.
What you need? Come on, we have to get back to camp.
Let's loot
Of
this.
course.
Let's loot him. Ooh, we have a bow. Fortunately, we don't seem able to loot Sparfle. Take the beer. Footprints around the campfire are indistinct and may have been here for days or longer. Let's head back to town. Uh-oh. I see a dead body. That can't be good. It's not. Right, you go and attack him. Mordred. Right, I have one level 1 spell left. So I think I'm going to hit with one of these. Let's see where they go. I'm going to land. Beautiful. And then keep hitting. Okay, both of them are nearly dead. We'll finish this guy. Alright, and there's a victory. Huzzah. Let me loot. Ooh. Right, so it does loot
Indeed.
everything in a small area when you do that, which is nice. All around you lie the massacred remains of other travellers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Kalisha puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away some poisonous vapour. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of a man you recognise as Heodam, the last of the caravan still standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life. For a fight you will lose. Now, because I have law skill, I can say this. The ruin has not been sullied by our hands, men of Glanfath. Your words carry no weight when I've seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. You now have one rank in the disposition reputation. In a disposition reputation. These reputations represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputations will be favoured by some people, and benign reputations often bring out the worst in certain people. No disposition is inherently good or bad in Pillars of Eternity, but if your main character is a priest or a paladin, you must be careful not to misalign their dispositions with what is favoured by their deity and order, respectively. For the main character only, their disposition will modify the effects of holy radiance for priests, and faith and conviction for paladins. So I say again, lay down your arms. Bloody hell. When would you ever... Oh, right, yeah, those are... I was going to say, when would you ever have Resolve 15, but these are traits. Don't trust them, they mean to kill us all. We are innocent in this. Will you not listen to reason? Only a fool attacks a weak enemy while a stronger one yet lives. You can kill him, but you might as well be killing yourself. Judging by the string of animal teeth around your neck, I'm guessing you are worshippers of Galawain. If Galawain told you to stop protecting the ruins, would you? Only a fool attacks a weak enemy while a stronger one yet lives. The man considers this, looking up and down. Yet. He shoves Heodan at you. As he does so, the man rakes his blade against Heodan's torso. Heodan screams and stumbles forwards, a white gash on his clothing beginning to bloom crimson. The man sets his feet to engage you, his axe raised high. But we do now have Heodan. Bruised ribs, -4 constitution. And unfortunately, I've used all of my level 1 spells. So I'm going to back off just a little bit and wait until I can put them together. And I'll hit him. Can I get all 3? I can. Marvellous. You scored a crit! A crit is a better result than a hit, and they are more likely to occur when an attack's accuracy is higher than the target's defense. Attacks that do damage will do more damage on crits. Crit attacks that inflict status effects or afflictions will have increased duration on a crit. Grazes are worse than hits and suffer decreased damage and effect durations. Oh crap, we're almost down. Do I have a bow I can give you? I do. Cannot be changed in combat. Fantastic. Never mind then.
Yes?
Saw me. 17 damage though. Nice. There we go, victory. Your enemy lies, supine on the ground, unable to rise, his companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good. Good. The gods are just. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rendering you apart from within. Seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bowel, Odema's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head. His eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
Straining against a gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step. You set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Heodan trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers, who had been failing death, lunges for Heodan and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Heodan lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you. From your position, you would have a good chance of hitting your mark. Channel a bolt of energy towards the attacker. Your aim is true, and the hit jars Heodan loose. Lurching to his feet, Heodan clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it, securing his other hand. You pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Heodan to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There is a deep resonance in the swelling winds now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. Individual characters can enter scouting mode separately from the rest of the party. A dash selection circle indicates that.
Was that?
A Beowick. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside. Can you walk?
Yes?
I'll be quiet.
A lower level of the ruins has been blocked off by fallen rubble. Checking for stuff. Now, one thing I do want to do is I would like to give you a bow, so that you have a backup weapon. Unless that's a throwing dagger. Why would you have just one dagger on its own? Have a bow. Likewise, have a bow. And I'll just keep on using the rod, because it's already ranged. Hide armor 25. Even faster recovery. And you're already using leather. You could be using a shield. What class are you, Kalisha? Oops. Omit that. You're a first level fighter. Do I want you to be more of a tank and less of a pure damage dealer? Answer is probably. A rogue, a fighter, and a wizard. All we need now is a cleric. I'll give you a shield, just in case, and an axe. Battle axe. Damage 13 to 19. Or 11 to 16. Okay.
I'm here.
Stay quiet.
Let's do a bit of stealthing, shall we?
All right, follow me.
I want to be at the back of the party, that's why I put myself at the end. Oh.
That should be far enough. But what now?
Storm has to die sometime.
What happened out there? Windstorm, of a kind they only get in Air Glanfach. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glanfathan word is Beowatch. To them, it's the gods' way of reaping the souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out. But they'll take a living soul as soon as a dead one. Still got yours? Who attacked us? Glanfathans. Those would be the hut dwellers Adema warned you about. Look to be the fangs of Galawain, who are the twitchiest of the lot. They go ruin to ruin, looking for fights with colonists. Poor Adema. I think he half expected this once we lost the main road. I don't believe that. Adema would never allow it, but as much as the fangs are hotheads, Glanfathans don't attack without being provoked. Either they saw something and got the wrong idea, or there's looters in here with us. That's not something we need right now. The Will's got hold of them now. Gods grant them better luck in their next lives. Kalisha looks you in the eye, a volatile current running beneath her voice. Maybe you just don't know me enough to know what upset looks like. And maybe we've seen worse too. Seen worse and kept on walking because there's nothing else to be done. Because there's other people you care about who still need you. Let's get going. Heodan takes a step forward and his knee buckles. Before anyone can catch him, he stumbles to the ground, his cheek striking the time-worn cobbles. On unsteady legs, he claws his way up the wall and back to his feet, but his stance is shaky, like a sailor walking on land after a time at sea.
Could we maybe stay here and rest a few hours? I've lost some blood. It seems quiet off to the left. Might be a place to rest there.
You've discovered some camping supplies. You can use these to rest in the wilderness or dungeons, fully restoring all of your character's abilities and health. Easy difficulty allows you to carry more camping supplies, but hard restricts them severely. If you fully run out of camping supplies, try to find an inn. Most have cheap rooms available.
Afford to stay put. Those Glonfathans were riled about something. Could be we got company in here. Looters will be armed and ready to kill, and there's probably a lot of them. We can't be caught sleeping in their beds.
Please, I just need to lie down for a while. Then we can move as fast as you want.
We are gonna die in here if we don't get moving and get this place figured out before the looters come back. We've either got to find the exit or a damn good place to hide.
We've got to take the risk and let him rest. We need all three of us at full strength.
No offense, but there's people out there I'd much rather die for.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go and die then.